Hello and welcome to another edition of #NowSmoking. I'm Gary Korb, your host from CigarAdvisor.com, and today I am joined by someone very special. It is Jenny Ryan. She is the senior merchandiser for Famous Smoke Shop. And you know, I've had a lot of people from Famous Smoke Shop on. We had a couple of buyers on. We had Alberto, we had Michael on, and today we're going to have Jenny.
Happy to be here.
We had Vilma on a few weeks back. So we're going to be smoking the Rocky Patel LB1. And I see you wore your official Rocky Patel shirt for the show. And this is a Robusto. Now, Rocky always does his Robustos at 5.5.
Correct.
550, which I like. And let's take a look at it. It looks really nice. It's got a beautiful wrapper. I believe it is an Ecuadorian Habano.
It is.
And we're going to get more into the cigar in our next scene. And it's really well packed. It smells nice. It has like kind of a little cocoa like kind of smell to it for me.
I get the hint. Yep.
And
it's a beautiful wrapper.
yeah, it really is. Rocky does a nice job. And the cap looks like a triple seam cap. So yours is already clipped.
Mine
I'm going
is.
to clip mine. And there you go. Nice. And let's see how the pre-dry is. What are you getting out of the pre-light? Sweet.
It's very sweet, very mellow. I get a really nice sweetness from it.
Yeah. Well, I hope it stays that way. So let's light them up. Do mine.
Now this is a medium-bodied cigar.
I believe says medium plus.
Nice medium plus usually.
Yeah.
I like a perfect burn, Gary.
I do too. And it lit up really nicely. It didn't even take very long. Yeah, this cigar is really nicely humidified. It's not too soft. It's just about right. I really like it. Well, I'm still getting some nice sweetness out of the smoke. How about you?
I'm getting the sweetness that we picked up on the dry.
Yeah, me too.
It's nice and mellow, not bitter.
No,
I like it because I'm not a big fan of high pepper.
I'm not either.
So I'm getting a nice mellow draw. It's a nice beginning of the smoke.
And there's a nice volume of smoke too. Okay, well, looks like we're off to a pretty good start. Let's see what happens when we get into the first act. Well, we're back. I'm here with Jenny Ryan, senior merchandiser for Famous Smoke Shop. So how are you doing so far?
I'm doing great. As you can see here, I have a beautiful burn, nice and even. My smoke's
me too.
really light. It's not too heavy.
Yeah.
I'm still getting a lot of sweetness.
Yeah, me too. And I really like that. I'm really impressed with this. You know, I had this LB1 when they first came out, and I thought it was okay. But this is I'm much more impressed with this second option. Also, when I saw the LB1, I thought of Long Beach Island, LBI, you know, because where I spent most of my summers.
There. A lot of good summers.
Great fun. But I also like the band too. You know, the copper with the white. You know, it's just everything about it is very elegant. You know what? Also, I noticed the aroma is really nice on the cigar.
It is. It's very,
That's a really
very
nice,
pleasing.
So tell me, what does a senior merchandiser do?
Well, my main role is basically working with the vendors, more specifically, making sure that we are on the same page when it comes to catalog promotions and promoting their brands. Also helping the website, helping design email sales, different things on those levels. I'm pretty much touching every part of the company when it comes to marketing, with the emails, with Cigar Advisor, helping with you guys, and also in the store, planning any events that we have to promote the vendors' brands.
So you're very, very busy.
Very busy. But the nice thing is my every day is different, so it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's good. Now, when did you have your first cigar?
I would have said I had my first cigar living back in South Florida many moons ago. I won't say how many, but...
Wow, do you remember what it was?
I had a Perdomo Champagne, actually.
Ooh, that's a good starter.
That would be my first one, just because I like the name Champagne.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the cigar. This is the Rocky Patel LB1 Robusto. It is 5.5 by 50. It has an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. It's a dark wrapper, almost a Maduro in
Very
a sense.
smooth, very smooth.
Yeah, it's really got a nice texture to it. That's not really veiny or anything. The binder is a Jamastran Lajero from Honduras. So that should give it a little kick, right? And then the filler is Nicaraguan Esteli Uncandega, which is grown on Rocky's farms.
Yes.
Which, and let's see here. It's described as medium-bodied. I'm getting a medium body out of it.
I'm
It's
going
kinda
straight
nice.
medium too. I thought this would be a little bit medium plus because of the Ligero, but
yeah.
I'm putting this down as a medium.
I thought, with this blend, it would be a little more peppery and stuff, but I'm glad it's not
No.
because I don't like peppery. And it says here that it was made at his El Paraíso factory in Donley. And it comes in several other sizes. There's a Toro at 6.5 by 52, a Churchill Shaggy Foot, that's kind of neat, at 7 by 48, a 60, 6 by 6. Everybody's making 6 by 60s now.
Again, we thought they were over that one.
I guess they're hot. And they have also, I think we covered it all, but what I wanted to say was this cigar retails at famous-smoke.com for about $8.75.
So a nice price cigar.
Yeah, it's under $10.
Yeah.
And so far it's smoking pretty good. What else are you getting out of it?
I actually get a little bit of chocolate.
Yeah, there's like some cocoa in there. It's kind of woody,
Yep.
kind of nutty. This is really nice. And LB1 is actually named for the blend number.
Right.
Blend number. So
when you're at the factories, every cigar just has a little number on each cigar. So when we go down and do blendings down there for different Our House brand seminars,
yeah, tell us about that because you've done that a lot.
I've been very fortunate to go down to Nicaragua and the Dominican Republic. So we meet with different manufacturers to do our own private labels. And when we do that, they lay out all these cigars on a table with just different letters and numbers to differentiate the blends you're trying.
Right.
And that's how you pick out and choose which ones you like. So when we were at the trade show this year, this was one of the big things that Rocky Patel introduced us to. And it was kind of interesting how they went about the LB1. And it was kind of I thought it was a better way of naming a cigar because it gives you a true appreciation of how the blends are picked and how they go forward with everything. So I thought it was a unique idea for naming the cigar.
I think it's cool. And of course, he always does a really elegant job, really nice. The packaging, everything's
the
a box
box
of
is
20,
beautiful.
right?
Yep.
So that's nice. And I think the box retail, the list price is like $175, but at famous-smoke.com, it's a lot less. So.
And I'll probably throw in a bonus item too. You never know.
How do you like that? All right. So I'm just really enjoying it. With my coffee. You have coffee or?
I have water.
Just water.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to take some of the sugar out of my coffee lately. I got to get the sugar down.
Yep.
But it goes really nice with coffee. It has almost like a little coffee accent in it too. There's a lot going on in here.
Like we said from the beginning, there's a lot of sweetness to it. So it's real smooth, no bitterness. I'm not getting any bite on the palate.
Yeah,
So I think it's really enjoyable.
It's very impressive, and look at the nice volume of smoke. It's coming.
I know.
Both sides. It's just really great.
I have a perfect ash going. Sorry, yours isn't as pretty as mine.
No, I ashed mine already, but you know what I like? It has that nice conical shape, which I like to do, and I always like to kind of shape it to make it more conical. It's just one of those little things that I do when I'm smoking. So do you have like little things you do while you're smoking a cigar?
I
like
try to
just
keep my
little
ash as
habits?
long as possible, just so it
Really?
keeps it for the perfect burn.
Huh.
You know?
Interesting. Okay.
And then I'll tap it when I am in fear of my clothing.
Oh, that's true. And you have a lot of clothes.
I do.
Jenny is quite the dresser,
I
let me
do.
say. So anyway, Act 1 is going great. Let's see what happens in Act 2. So we're back with Jenny Ryan from Famous Smoke Shop, and we really are enjoying this LB1. We've been talking a lot about it during the break. And we're in Act 2, and it's been very consistent, hasn't it?
It's been so consistent. It's so smooth, so sweet. I think this might be one of my new favorite Rocky cigars. We were talking how the 15th
I like the 15th
was
a lot. Yeah.
up on the list, and I'm usually a big fan of box press.
Me too.
It's my
Yeah.
favorite style of cigar, but this one, it's, like I said before, sweet, smooth, consistent through the whole, we're at the second third, it's nice and consistent.
Absolutely.
No bitterness.
And Rocky likes doing box press. I'm surprised you didn't do this box press, but maybe that kept the costs down
Usually,
a little bit
yeah.
because it's more expensive to box
It
press.
is more expensive. It's
You know.
probably why I like it.
And the other thing I like is, we were talking about this too, he shows you here on the inside of the box the different primings on the tobacco leaf. So up here we have the Capa, which is the Habano, and we have the Ligero, which is in the, this is actually the blend of the cigar. The Ligero Jamastran from Honduras, the Viso, which is down here, right in the middle, And then the Seco, Condega, that's probably why it's a little...
That's why we get the sweetness
it's
from.
Not, yeah, and it's
Yep.
not as potent as you might think just from reading the blend.
Exactly.
It's just really, really nice. And I love the aroma. And we don't talk about aroma that much
We
on the
don't.
show because, I don't know, maybe the aromas aren't that noticeable, but this really is.
No, this one's really nice.
And that's important to me.
And the price point's great. I think it's the
Yeah.
biggest thing that's going to be a nice draw for people. It's a nice affordable
Yeah,
smoke.
I agree. And it's real classy looking.
It's beautiful.
You know? And Rocky always does a good job. When was the last time you spoke to Rocky?
That would have been in Vegas this year at the
Oh,
show.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he hasn't been here in a while, has he?
He was here in June.
He was?
Yeah.
But that was before the show.
That was before the
Okay.
show, and then we always get to spend some nice time with them, do a little dinner, which is always a good time with the Patel group. Everyone's wonderful there.
I'm trying not to smoke it too fast because this really has nice character
It
to
does,
it.
but you know what? It's really easy to smoke quickly
Because it's very tasty.
because it's really tasty.
Yeah.
But you do have to watch it because that Lajera will catch up on you.
Mm-hmm. So did you ever think you'd be working in this business?
Never, never. It kind of came about. There was a time that looking for a change, and I had met some people in the cigar industry the previous year.
Really? And how did that happen?
That happened at a party in California.
Oh, you've been all over.
I have
Florida,
been.
California.
Yeah, I was at a crush party out in California, met some people who were in the industry, and this popped up. So when I came in to talk about it with for an interview, it just
Right.
kind of worked out, and that's how I got my vendors relations position. So it's
Wow.
been great ever since.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Yeah, you get to meet everybody.
I do. I'm very fortunate. I get to meet all the great people in the cigar industry, do a lot of good things. I get to be part of the charity side of everything as well. So we do a lot to support people in the industry and in the community, which is great.
Yeah. It's a fun business.
It
You know,
really is.
I used to be in the music business. And when I was in the music business, it was just at the tail end of, I guess, that what they called the period where it was like disco, and then video came in, and video took over everything. But the business itself, everybody knew everybody.
Right.
And the cigar business reminds me of that too. And
It's
everybody liked each
very-
other.
yeah.
Because we're all in the same business. And a lot of times people would switch. Like you'd see, like one guy working for Atlantic one week, then he goes to Warner. Not Warner, that was Atlantic was part of Warner, but he'll go to like Columbia or Polygram or whatever, and they keep going around.
This is a very similar industry. So you have to.
It is.
You have to keep track of where people are going. But it's fun. But you're still doing your music thing, which is great.
Well, I do it on the side.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of musicians here, actually. We could form a band
We could.
here at Famous. And I'm actually, speaking of bands, I'm moving the band down a little bit so I can get more. I
Keep
don't
it
want to take
going.
the band off yet.
No, mine's good. Mine's shimmy down just to the perfect spot.
Yeah.
But still a beautiful smoke.
Yeah, it's very creamy on the palate. I like that. It's still really sweet. Now, when I say sweet, I don't mean like
Not
sugary sweet.
No.
I mean, you could almost say that, but it just has that great.
It's perfect on the palate, I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah, and it lingers too. It's
Yeah.
a nice long finish. So
No, this
I mean,
is.
he did a great job
It's
on
a
this.
really great. Habana is a great wrapper for me. One of the common misconceptions in the industry is people just assume most females prefer a Connecticut.
Oh, why? Because it's supposed to be
Because
mellow
it's
and
mellow and lighter, and
yeah, or
for-
flavored cigars. I got
Yes,
it.
or flavored cigars. But for me, I like a nice medium to medium plus cigar. I'm not a big full cigar smoker.
I'm not really either.
I don't like a lot of pepper, so
No.
for me this is perfect. But that's one of the things people need to remember, that everybody's different in their palates.
That's right. That's right. And there are a lot of women smokers.
There are,
There
and
really
there's
are.
a lot more, which is great.
Now you do the events. Do you see a lot of women coming in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a lot of just groups of women coming in, not just the sidekick.
Really?
It's a lot of groups of women that are coming in. They're enjoying. There's a lot of great cigar groups out there that I'm a part of, which is fun. So, exciting time to be part of the industry.
It is. It's fascinating, and the industry's been also fighting off the FDA,
That's right.
and
And we're putting
but
up a good fight.
But everyone just keeps going.
You have
Keep
to.
going.
You have to. We have such a good product. We have to share it with everybody.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, I think Act 2 is another hit. Let's see what happens when we get down to Act 3. Oh yeah, I'll tell you, I'm getting down now to the third act here. I'm with Jenny Ryan, who is our famous Smoke Shop senior merchandiser, and we're really loving this Rocky Patel.
We are loving this cigar.
This is the LB1 Original Factory Code, right?
Right.
Okay. So do you think this is a complex cigar?
I think as we get further into the cigar, I'm picking up a lot more notes.
You are.
So we started off with the nice sweet mellow complex.
Kind of woody, a little cocoa.
Now I'm getting a little bit more woody, a little bit more cocoa.
Yeah, I'm getting a little more
still
strength.
not getting any pepper, which I'm loving.
Oh, not either, but it is a little stronger.
It's definitely stronger as we're getting to the end. But overall, a great cigar, nice smoke start to finish. Highly recommend this cigar.
I do too. Who do you think it's for? Who would you recommend it to?
I would say this could be an everyday smoke.
It could. I think you're right.
You know, this is something you could have with a cup of coffee in the morning. It would go nice with a bourbon at the end of the day.
Sure.
So it's not too, some people like a nice full-bodied cigar at the end of the day with a drink. I like a nice medium to keep the same complex, the same level.
What do you usually like to drink with a cigar when it comes to like hard stuff?
Hard stuff. I'm a big bourbon fan.
You are?
I do.
Yeah,
I love
I'm kind of
I love
learning
a
about bourbon. I never really drank. I'm mostly a vodka guy.
I love vodka.
Yeah.
But I like bourbon better than vodka with cigars. I don't think they pair as well together.
Why do you think bourbon goes well with cigar?
I think it's just the sweetness of the bourbon.
Really?
I do. So this is good. I'm also a big red wine drinker, so this would go nice with a nice hearty cab.
Okay. Yeah, you know, I just bought I love this one wine by Marqués de Riscal. It's a Spanish Rioja,
Okay.
which I guess means red wine in Spanish. But they was, you know, every couple of years they have like another vintage.
Yeah.
And I just love that with a cigar too, a good red wine. You know, and it's got a little bit of sweetness to it, but it's got like nice tannins in it
Right,
too.
the notes balance out really well.
Yeah.
Which I find. So this would go great with a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Maybe tonight even.
You never know. I really think this cigar could be just for about anybody, even a newer cigar smoker.
It really could. It really, really could, because it is so mellow. It's not harsh.
Right. But it's got enough kick to keep you interested.
It does. I can feel a little bit of the nicotine kicking in right now.
Really? Okay. Now do you always keep your band on?
I try to keep it on as long as possible because the manufacturers put so much work into the bands.
That's true.
So I like to give it as long as I can. I'm going to have to pull it now, and I can slip it right off. I can wear it as a ring later. So, you know, always ready to accessorize.
Right. I see. There you go. But I'm really enjoying it a lot. And it's been very consistent.
Yes.
That's the other thing I like is consistency. I guess we were talking about complexity before, and I kind of define complexity as having a lot of flavors going on at once. Where other people will say, oh, you know, it changes, you know, maybe it was peppery, then it got sweet, then it got woody, then it got leathery, you know. I'm even getting a little leathery note in here since I just mentioned that.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier. Yeah, on the end here, it's starting to pick up.
But the smoke volume is still really good.
Right, we still
really
didn't get a
nice-
heavy burn from it. It's consistent burn. It just goes to show you it's a nice rolled cigar. You know, Rocky always does a good job with quality assurance to make sure his cigars are rolled perfectly. The draw is perfect.
It really is, yeah. I mean, everything's just, it's just hitting all the marks, you know. It's just on everything. Burn, you know, flavor, the quality of the wrapper and the filler. I mean, you really just did a nice job on this. So anyway, you can find the Rocky Patel LB1 at famous-smoke.com and all of Rocky Patel's cigars.
Absolutely.
Right here. And don't forget to follow Cigar Advisor. Watch our videos and stuff at cigaradvisor.com and on YouTube, where you can also be followed on Instagram and Facebook, of course. We do a lot of stuff on there. And when you go to YouTube, make sure that you click on the bell so you get notifications when we do videos like this. So, Jenny, I want to thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so
I really
much for
had a good
having
time. Yeah.
Yes, this was a great time, great cigar, perfect day.
Yeah, we got to do it again.
Absolutely.
All right, so thank you for watching #NowSmoking. We'll see you next time, and happy smokes.